Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Talking Shit with the BeastKID. This episode is sponsored by Beast Fight Club, Chelsea Heights. Search Beast Fight Club on Instagram or Facebook. Give John a call. He's a great guy. He will help you out with any inquiries you have. Elitefightnutrition. If you're interested in losing a bit of weight, either just for your lifestyle or if you're a fighter, search Elitefightnutrition and Sarah can help you out. Warner Building and Constructions. Search Warner Building and Constructions. Give Chris a call. Great bloke. Can help you out with any of your construction needs. Fonix for the best pair of wireless earbuds in town. Search Fonix. Use code word BeastKID for 10% off. And that's it. So joining me today is Rasta. What do we call it?
The Black Beast.
The Black Beast, that's it. Yeah,
Black Beast from
Rasta. And some dude who can eat like 10,000 Big Macs or something. Andre Carlos, E-Man's coach, yes, but Rusta's coach. That's not a racist thing, getting you mixed up. No. So, Rasta, you have an upcoming fight on Kings of Combat. Give us the lowdown. What's going on?
Yes. So, next week, India, I'm fighting on Kings of Combat.
Yep.
It's my first pro fight. So, I'm debuting, long-awaited pro debut.
Long-awaited.
It's taken a while. But, I'm fighting a Rob Barron, I think his name was.
Yep.
I don't know too much about him. I do know he's from Queensland. He has had the one pro fight which was against a lot of people might know him. Justin Hodges is a rugby player.
Oh yeah.
So he fought him in his pro debut.
Yep.
It didn't last too long for him.
Yep.
But definitely not taking this guy lightly.
Yep.
I think that fight was contested at heavyweight.
I think so. Yeah.
I think Justin Hodges had like 13 kilos on him on fight night. So this one will be a lot more even.
Beautiful.
Cruiserweight.
Andre, what's your favourite meal at McDonald's?
Everything.
Fucking hell. How's Rusta's prep going?
It's going good.
Yep.
It's hard for him because of his job.
Yep.
You know, it's up and down a little bit, so we have to try fit in when he can get in.
Talk a bit closer to that.
Yeah.
So we have to sort of fit in his training when he can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like boxing. Everyone thinks it's a especially professional boxing. They think it's a good living, but it's not. You know what I mean? So Rasta still has to do the hard work at work.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And then we just base it around when he can get the free time.
Yeah, for sure. So let's so this is your debut professional fight.
Yeah.
So what are some things going through your head at the minute? What's the main things you're thinking of?
Look, that's definitely been a part because I work full time. It's putting in the hours.
Yep.
So trying to get the hours in. I work 12-hour shifts. So the biggest thing going through my mind leading up to, I've gone through. I know not many people talk about it, but man, I've gone through every emotion, man. Like 3 or 4 times a day. You know, there's the nervous feeling, there's the scared feeling, there's the excited feeling. But yeah, definitely the biggest thing that's overcome it all is the excited feeling.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get in there, and really put on a show, man.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that pushes people away from making a debut for a professional fight. Like, it's all well and good sparring, and you can be fantastic in sparring, but to get up in front of all those people that you're, and this is not to discourage you,
no, not at all.
Get up in front of all those people that you've just invited, your friends, family, and you got to punch another guy in the face harder than what he's punching you. You know what I mean? The emotions running through it. Like, I had 27 pro fights, and it still happens with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I was going to ask it. How do you go through it, and what are you still feeling?
I don't think it ever sort of goes. You just handle it differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You handle it better. But in saying that, I think you should be supremely confident. Like, from what I've seen in your sparring,
thank you. I'm feeling good. Like I said, I think a lot of fighters, they put that extra pressure on themselves, man. They get consumed into, especially being the first fight. I remember you talking about it in a podcast before. People are worrying about like tops, and they think about all these other little things man, you should not be thinking about that. In my opinion, if it's your first profile, man, you should be fucking training. You should be thinking about fighting.
For
that
sure.
should solely be it.
Yeah.
All the other shit, man, that can come later.
Even money, I think people get too.
I haven't even asked about the money. I don't even know if I'm getting paid, but I hope I'm getting paid something.
Don't get caught up in what you're getting per round. Like, just fight. Like, this is your chance at, making something of yourself in terms of a fight career. Don't worry about
money. And that's exactly how I've taken this one.
Yeah.
I think you're fighting for a McDonald's Happy Meal.
McDonald's.
Well, I'll be down for that as well.
McDonald's always on your mind all the time. Sparring partners, who have you been sparring with?
Okay, so before Ray had his fight, I had a few rounds with him. I was unfortunate, I got a bit injured, so I couldn't finish off the prep with him. But the main sparring partners for me have been probably Matt Emerson. Matt, kickboxing Matt. We'll call him Big Matt. I won't say Fat Matt, but Big Matt, he knows who he is.
Dude. He's a big dude.
He's got the big, just trying to get heaps of different bodies, man. I did a few rounds with Baz the other week. Man, honestly, he gave me a lot of work.
Baz has got a tough chin on him. He got a chin.
But he made me move, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I needed. So I mixed them all up.
But he's actually, he started off as a boxer. Baz.
Really?
Yeah. He was a boxer and then came to us.
He hates boxing.
Yeah, and then started kicking, and now he's a kicker. So that's one for the team. We'll get Rasta. We'll get Rasta next.
Maybe one day. I grew up doing kicking, so
that is another thing. You're kind of like an all-round kind of dude. So why boxing? Why?
So I grew up doing taekwondo.
Yep.
My whole family did taekwondo. My dad had taught us.
Yep.
But I'll be honest with you, I was never too good at it. So
Yep.
I remember everyone was getting their kicks probably 2 years before I got them.
Yep.
So I always drew more towards boxing.
Yep.
I had an amateur fight years ago. So this is another thing. So I had an amateur fight, went in there, didn't prepare for it properly, and I actually lost in the second round.
Yeah.
And I got stopped in the second round, and mentally that deterred me.
Kills you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really did. Yeah. And just knowing that I didn't put 100% into it.
Yeah.
It just so I didn't have a fight until I came here to Beast, and obviously having Andre and Bowie, man, they're two of the best people to have in your corner. And
you sort of got best of both worlds, really. I think Andre's he's full on, but he's cool, calm, and collected. You know what I mean? But Bowie doesn't let you just sit still.
Of course.
Keeps you working, makes sure that you're fucking.
Man, and Bowie drilled it into my head too, man. Like it was a weird relationship with Bowie, man, because he's so hot and cold at times.
Yeah.
But man, in the corner, he knows how to tie you up. Man. In Tasmania, the Aussie titles last year, he was really good, man.
Isn't it a crazy feeling when you hear a call from the corner? You hear like, I don't know, number 5 or something, and you hit it, and it hits flush, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe.
I think there was a call that you guys had called out for, and I threw it, and I missed completely, and I got punched straight in the head.
So it goes both ways.
But most of the time it does work. But,
goes both ways.
Yeah, so last year there was no one in my weight division at 91.
Yep.
So what happened was I had to go to the next division, which was the super heavyweight.
Heavyweight, yeah. Yep.
And what happened was I was fighting dudes, 20 or 30 kilos heavier than me?
But when I heard that shit, man, I was so proud of you. Like, that's such a big thing.
It was crazy. And it was funny because I remember I tried psyching myself into it.
Yep.
And I go, I don't know if you remember. I go, man, he's not that big, Andre. Like, I'm pretty much the same size. And Andre goes, no, he's a lot bigger than you. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's funny.
He goes, no, he's a lot bigger than you. He's like, well, look at him. He's 6'5". Okay, thanks, Andre.
You're like giving him a wink. No, he's fucking massive.
But, when I got in there, the first night, I think, remember, Andre, I almost couldn't breathe properly. I was forgetting the combos.
Yep.
And Andre did a cool drill with me. I won't reveal that because then other people might steal it.
Yep.
But he did a really cool drill with me that, zoned me back in.
Yeah.
And then I got in there, fought, I think his name was Thomas. Big dude. I think he was 6'5", 6'6". And once when I got in there, I felt comfortable. Bowie and Andre in the hype before it just telling me, man, you got this, this. After that first round, came back, was not even tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I got this.
Yeah, it's sick. This. So, Andre, so for someone making their debut coming from amateur boxing to professional boxing, what is some of the things that you start to implement in their training that's different from amateur? Is there anything, that you would start to teach a pro boxer different to an amateur boxer?
Well, there's quite a few things.
Yeah.
First thing, you got to teach them this is not a sprint.
Yep.
Amateur boxing is more like a sprint.
Yep.
You've got a certain amount of time. You just get as many punches in.
Yep.
And it's not by how hard you hit, but it's by how many times you hit.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn pro, you've got a little more time to play around with, and you sit down on your punches a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that will be the first thing. And the second thing is your training is a little bit different, as in as an amateur, you're always fighting.
Yeah.
So you'll have a fight today, you might have a fight tomorrow, next week you'll fight again. So you'll always got to be on, always be ready.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't cut your weight.
Yeah.
As pros, you can have a rest a little bit. You've got more time to concentrate on your skills and your drills.
What weight are we fighting at?
I'm fighting at cruiserweight, so 90.7 is the cut-off.
Yeah,
but,
right.
I'm already on weight,
so more power shots
more power
for
shots,
pro fighters.
More power shots, and as Rasta said, we've got a 24-hour weigh-in. For pros, you got a 24-hour weigh-in. So if we do that properly, we want him at the top of his weight.
Yep.
When we weigh in.
Yep.
So we want to get as much advantage out of everything. Your weight, your height, your strength, everything. We want to have that 1%.
Yeah, for sure.
And because you're fighting for money now, that counts a lot.
Yeah,
Amateurs,
for sure.
Your fight record's not that important. To me, you're using that for
As
the next fight.
Yeah.
It's like a training, like a sparring.
Yeah.
Whereas I think that the sparring comes in is almost like a fight, and you've got to mimic it right to the end.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
So
I think there's a few things that you've had me tweak as well with. Sorry, mate, playing footy
sorry.
on the table here. I was going to say no homo, but yeah, no. There's a few things that he's had me tweak. Definitely with the hands up, moving around, just. There's little things that I've had to tweak.
I think that like in terms of if your right hand is like below your chin, just raising it that much and keeping that in your game is a big deal. Yeah, it's not as easy as what everyone thinks. Just putting your hand up like that, it's hard. 27 pro fights and Bowie still tells me to pull my left hand up. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think little things like that need to be drilled flat out. I think
because we're 10-ounce gloves.
Yeah,
is it?
Yeah. The funny thing is, there's a basic of all fighters they have to do, but each fighter is special. And what I try not to do is try to take that away from them.
Yep.
So every fighter that we have a look in, they've got their own unique style.
Yep.
And you want to teach them to help them, but you don't actually want to take that style away.
Yeah.
Like Rasta has his own way of style, and then I'll try help and say do this, do that. But I don't want to be the sort of trainer and say no, you want to fight my way. Yeah. Because when it comes to the crunch, I'm not the one getting punched in the face.
Bloody you know what I mean? So in terms of saying that, what do you think? Without giving away any game plans or anything, at least one thing that stands out to you that's in Rasta's style that separates him from?
Yeah, well, the thing is, we had a move. I call it John Oliver, but a lot of the guys that deal with me know of it. This John Oliver used to be Anthony Joshua's coach.
Yep.
And he came down and he saw Emmanuel fighting.
Yep.
And he taught us this really good drill.
Yep.
And it's not changing anything. And out of everyone, I think Rasta does it the best.
Yeah.
And I reckon Rasta, if he pulls it off a couple of times, it's lights out.
I'll yell it out if it lands. I'll yell it out, and everyone else will know what it is.
We'll see if it does land. Is there any? I always like to see different training. You know what I mean? So like. I saw a video today with you. We had the hat on and the ball. You just couldn't hit the ball. Is there any different training we're doing to normal? Do you know what I mean? So we do strength and conditioning, we do sparring, we do running. Are there any other different things that we're doing? Any beach training? Or?
Yeah, well, it's hard. As I said, it's hard with Rasta because he's trying to jam everything in. For this fight, because we actually, tell you the truth, we were sort of up and down whether he was fighting or not fighting. Yep. So we had a shorter period. Yep. So what I try to drum into Rasta now, we've got to keep everything basic. We haven't got time with him, and we haven't got time to go to yoga. We haven't got time to go do like a Zumba. Or I know it sounds funny, but those all count like footwork.
Just for the record, I wouldn't do Zumba boxing, but continue.
But so Rasta's actually been trying to jam just basic back to the road work. Yep. Bag work, sparring.
So we're just doing a solid fundamentals and
fundamentals.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Any other training you're doing outside of the gym?
Look, I was doing, so shout out to my strength coach, I guess, Ben Shalom at Viking Performance. I was just doing basic strength training with him and power training leading up to the fight. Obviously, I'm not going to get any stronger even 4 weeks out, maybe. So just... and getting my body right. Doing a bit of conditioning with him on the, I think it's the assault bike.
Yeah.
But
it's like your own weight too, because you don't want to be putting on muscle too close to the.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
I've heard people doing that in the past, but they're getting so really muscular.
Yeah.
And it's actually screwed up.
It doesn't work well. And then if you need to cut weight, when you cut weight close to the thing, it's eating into your muscles, and
definitely.
You feel a bit shitter.
Definitely.
I think it sucks, but it sounds like he's switched on. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So I was going to ask
awesome.
you, so many times you'd gone through that weight cut. This one, lucky for me, I don't have to go through it. But has it just got easier and easier for you every time? Or as you've grown older, is it getting harder?
Yeah, it definitely. I don't think it got easier. It just you accept it in your head. You know what I mean? So, in terms of the biggest weight cut I've done is 6 kilos in one day. 6 kilos, and we took the fight on late notice, and I needed to cut 6 kilos, and it was extremely unhealthy.
Yeah.
I wasn't associated with Elitefightnutrition, I have to say that. I did, 6 kilos, and I'd never do that again, ever. But, so none of it gets easier. It's still as hard, but you accept it. You know what I mean? So if you say to yourself, if I have to cut 3 kilos, that's no problem. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think you just learn to deal with it. Yeah. Deal with it easier.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think for Thai fighting and MMA, it works a lot to your advantage because of the grappling.
Yeah. So like in my last fight, I felt like, even though my technique was no good, I felt like I was so much stronger because I was bigger. Yeah, so one thing I like to do, if I can get on top of the grapple and I can lean and have a rest, sort of thing, because I'm the bigger, heavier guy, sort of thing. So yeah, definitely. I think it definitely does help. Yeah. Definitely does help.
Boxing, I guess, Andre, in the grapple would help a lot too.
Yeah.
But I feel like just always being the heavier person in boxing doesn't work the same as being the heavier fighter in Thai and MMA.
It's funny with this weight cut thing. Look, and everyone keeps complaining, I've got to lose this, I've got to look. That's one of the fun things about training. It's weight cut is actually a part of fighting. Yeah. And I in my training I always tell the guys, you got to love the pain. And that's one of the pain things you got to put up with. It's if you're disciplined, it comes hand in hand with training. Yeah. So if someone comes and says, I've got to lose 5 or 6 kilos, you will drop that off as training, and you would know whatever you put in your mouth.
You know if it's good or bad or not.
You know what's good and bad. Yeah. So it's half the fun. If Rasta, as I said, people fight differently. Each person is different. Yeah. So some guys will do the weight cut really good and enjoy it. Some people won't like it. Yeah. So being a trainer, you have to monitor which guy. Feel like if Rasta drops down to this 91, he might be a monster. Yeah. But at the same time, he might lose a bit of strength and a bit of size. Yeah. So sometimes losing weight is not as good as what everybody thinks.
Yeah. So, like, for instance, I said to John, should we contemplate moving down a weight class? And he said no, because my twitch fibers aren't as fast as the little blokes. You know what I mean? So I think you definitely need to weigh up whether it's a good idea to move up or down. Just because you go down doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be better.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? They're going to be more explosive because they're used to that weight category. They're going to be faster. Everything's going to be good for them, but it's going to be new to you. You know what I mean? Definitely. And especially if you spar with some big dudes or whatever, and you think it's good to just get smashed. When you fight a little dude, and they're going to be fucking zipping in and out. More often you think you're surrounded, and you know what I mean? You think, where is he?
Yeah, I think that's a funny thing for me too. The boxing categories. Well, I'm not too sure where the weight sits. So I don't know with your weight class, if there's 2 or 3 kilos you're at that weight class, 2 or 3 kilos the other way you're at that weight class. I think there's quite a gap at cruiserweight. So I think after cruiserweight's heavyweight, obviously, and then below, I know there's light heavy, which is around 81 kilos. In between gap, 81 to 91. I think when you do fight, you got to have an agreement at a catch weight, maybe.
Yeah. So I think that is a massive thing. So you can't be at the bottom of your weight class. It's no good.
Yeah,
of course. And then if you are at the bottom of the weight class, just then and maybe it's a good idea to go down to the next weight class and be at the top of that weight class and change your training. You know what I mean? So if you need to be quicker, do reflex stuff. You know what I mean? If you need to be stronger, do strength and conditioning stuff. I just think a lot of people should put a bit more effort into picking their weight class rather than just thinking lighter is better. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like bigger might be better for me You know what I mean? Because I might be hitting
What's the
harder.
heaviest you fought at?
Heaviest I fought at was 64 kilos.
64.
I didn't have to cut anything at all. And the lightest was the last time I fought, which was 60.95.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's
It's
pretty...
crazy. That's only like a 4 kilo leeway.
Pretty
Man,
it's a massive difference. Massive difference. So on the 64 kilo fight, I think roughly I weighed in 64, whatever, and then I would have fought at about 68, 69 even, close to, with all the thing.
The rehydration.
And then the 60 kilo fight, I would have weighed in at 60.95 and then fought at about 65 even, 66.
Wow,
yeah. So it's a different, it's a completely different thing. You know what I mean?
It's hard. It's because when it comes to the crunch, you got to be comfortable and confident. I fought from middleweight to super heavyweight, and that was all in 1 year.
Yeah.
But each fight I took on its merits. So I didn't care if I was fighting super heavyweight 1 month and middleweight. They're all going to be the same.
Yeah, they're all going to be the same.
You've got to be that confident
in your ability.
In your ability.
For sure.
That you can beat anyone that they put in front of you.
That doesn't play into your factor.
Because once you start picking on things, you're going to be one of these guys that go, I should have done this. I could have done this.
Yeah.
All
That's true. That is a good point.
When you walk in the ring, you don't care if the guy's 7 foot tall and 150 kilos.
Yeah.
That guy is just a guy. He bleeds like everyone else, and he cries just like everyone else when you walk away with his belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, someone said one of my biggest fights was against Alexei Petrulius. Man, I was a wreck before that fight. I was a wreck. Didn't wanted to pull out because it was the first big name, massive name
that was
that
awesome
I
fight too, man.
Yeah.
That night,
But someone said to me, anyone can get knocked out. Anyone can get knocked out.
Yeah, Baz says it well too, man.
Yeah.
Baz says this by that.
Yeah.
It's so true. I think a lot of the people that you see, like you hear about amateur people, amateur fighters. They talk so much about this weight cutting and the weight thing.
Yeah, amateur fighters shouldn't be cutting weight in the slightest.
I agree too. I agree 100%.
There's someone that died cutting weight for an amateur fight.
So, that young
disgraceful.
Girl. And then what was I going to say? So then you've got the people that have like the pro debuts and stuff like that. Exactly what you just said, Andre. They talk so much about weight cutting and all this sort of stuff when, like we said before, it should be focusing more on the fight.
Skill, yeah.
On the skill.
And
And then, like Andre just said, man, that is the best way to say it, is that so many people, they start using that as an excuse too.
For sure. And then I think a lot of people try to find the answer. So say they have their first 2 or 3 fights and then they think, and they start to lose or whatever. And they think, this isn't working. This must be something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can still keep doing the same thing, but you can do it harder.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then once you've done it as hard as you possibly can, then add something else into your camp. You know what I mean? That's lacking. So if you saw, maybe add swimming or something.
Like a new age thing too.
Yeah.
Man. People start losing, they start blaming. It's either the gym's fault.
Yeah.
It's this person's fault.
Yeah.
It's never really self-reflected.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time.
Something you just brought up. Look, this is my thought. If you train hard enough, and you put everything in, and you lose that fight, there's no excuses. So you say to yourself, the better guy won, and then you go, I've got to train harder.
Yeah, definitely.
But then if you haven't been putting in the work and you haven't been training, then you have that feeling where it goes, oh, maybe it was this. Maybe you shouldn't have it anymore. You start self-guessing yourself. You need people to blame. When it comes to crunch, you're the one fighting. You're the one making the effort. So if everything's right and you do get beaten, good on the guy that beat you because he trained harder.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you're going to give up.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be less deterring. I think when you know you haven't put in 100%, I think that's when you start doubting everything.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's just because something's not working doesn't mean what you're doing is wrong.
Yeah,
you just need to think of something else to add into you.
Easy.
Cool.
That's happened heaps of times too.
Yeah. So when's the fight? When is it?
So the fight is next Saturday. It's on the Kings of Combat card, and there's actually going to be a few good fights on the show.
Yeah.
Mine being the best, of course.
Of course.
I think the headline is Vedat Hoduk. Versus Charlie Bubb.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane fight.
Man,
K1 rules.
Charlie Bubb is a great Muay Thai fighter.
Yeah.
And Vedat Hoduk is, in my opinion, one of the best K1 fighters.
Undefeated still, isn't he? Yep.
No, I think he's lost twice to Cedric Dume.
Oh yeah, of course. Yep.
But man, I've seen him beat Chase Haley. I've seen.
Man, you kind of look like Cedric Doumbé.
Oh yeah, tell me more.
You do. You actually do.
I move like him too.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But so they're headlining the card. I think Jason Waitley's also going to be on the card. He's a new upcoming prospect. 99 fights amateur.
Oh, wow.
He represented Australia in both the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's fighting. Kane Clark is fighting.
Yep.
Jesus.
Semi-main event, Kane, is it?
Yeah. Lockie Higgins.
Yeah.
These are all upcoming boxers, and I'm sure in the future they're all going to want to get on this podcast.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Listen out, guys.
For sure.
But yeah, no, on a stacked card, so I'm glad to be a part of it.
That's exciting.
And yeah, man, I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Can't wait. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout outs, okay, quickly.
Anyone helping you out with the camp?
Mastering Movement, Sophie. She's been great help getting my body back to normal.
She's a gun.
Viking Performance, strength training's been amazing, Ben. Thank you. And obviously just Beast Gym, man. Bowie and Andre and Ray Demarski.
Yep.
Big props to him, man. He's got me the fight and with the boys here, and he's definitely helping me through the whole process.
Awesome.
And yeah, just my brother Rickle.
Yep.
Yeah, good motivation.
Awesome. Andre, you want to give a shout out to McDonald's, Red Rooster?
I was going to say
KFC.
fillet of fish and a couple of Big Macs, please.
No problem at all.
It's if I win, it's what is it? Free few Big Macs.
Hold. 2 all beef patty special sauce and onions on a sesame seed bun.
Call it the Carlos burger.
Okay,
once again, thank you to my sponsors: Beast Fight Club, Elite Fight Nutrition, Warner Building and Constructions, and Fonix. You search Fonix, use code word BeastKID for 10% off. Thank you very much for coming on the show, boys. Thank you very much. See you later.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.